Some things are good. That's, you know. And I know The View.
Yes. You know The View. We have Tim Dillon here.
Hey! Thank you. Good to
I
be here.
heard you put the call in to get Whoopi out of there.
I did. Because I wanted her to take a time out and have a think. And I wanted her replaced with Roseanne. Bring back Roseanne.
Right.
Yes.
How about that? Who is Jewish.
Okay.
And then that's a nice trade-off.
Wait, is she Jewish?
Roseanne is very Jewish.
So she's been moonlighting as this Midwestern housewife this whole time.
Oh
yeah,
my
but
God.
she's like super into Israel, super Jewish.
Oh my God.
So we get Whoopi out.
Okay.
Take a chill pill. Take a break. Read the Torah. Whatever you have to do. Go to a few bagel shops. Listen to people.
Is that the atonement?
Do some listening. Little locks and listening tour. And then bring Roseanne in, who's criminally insane. But Jewish and fun.
Yeah.
And she'll go on about QAnon and stuff like that. And it'll just make it a fun show for 2 weeks.
So we fixed the show.
That's how to
That's
fix
your goal.
Well, the real way to fix the show is to destroy it. And to
This
put
seems
everyone.
to be your solution with most things.
Most things do need to go. The View is it's one of the worst. First of all, when I grew up, daytime TV was about like seasonal cupcake recipes.
Yeah.
Why are we doing the Holocaust at 11 a.m.? It's 11 in the morning. Why are we doing the Holocaust? Calm down. Daytime TV is for people to get into the day, ease into the day. Little coffee, get the toast out. You know, we don't need to be doing genocide early. Like, relax.
Yeah.
It's gotten crazy now. I grew up with real music.
Jadakiss is the best.
My father and mother used to play Jadakiss around the house.
I was
They loved
conceived.
the Locks. My father and mother loved the Locks. They were just an Irish Catholic family, and they loved the Locks.
They love the Locks, yeah.
And I just grew up with like going to concerts. Like I remember we went to the United Palace, which was a theater in Harlem, and we saw Jadakiss, Noriega, Styles P, Foxy Brown, and Styles P had that song "I Get High." Everybody was just smoking weed. Like, those were good times.
You were mommy. That was a
now,
family
like
outing.
rap concerts in the middle of it, they tell you to vote.
Yeah, no.
Can you imagine?
Yeah.
Can you imagine? Does anything feel less cool in the middle of a concert? People being like, "Are you registered?" It's like, what?
No, dude.
Do you have a voting plan?
Could you imagine?
What?
Could you imagine, like a Jay-Z concert or like a freaking R.I.P. DMX concert?
Yeah.
They put out a video of Greta Thunberg.
Yeah, I don't want that.
She like a new age Avril Lavigne. Remember her?
Oh yeah, she
Scared
did
boy?
say that she likes Avril Lavigne. I think
Is Avril Lavigne no longer a hit? She's just kind of.
Oh, I mean, Avril
People
Lavigne
think
is
she
like,
died, and then she had like
forget it.
some medical issue.
Best case, she died. That's the best case. Avril Lavigne is dead. I mean,
She's
God
not,
only
though.
knows.
There's a rumor.
She's probably in a Ralph's right now shooting heroin, you know?
Things haven't worked out.
Yeah.
Do you know she got super sick?
With what?
Fame? I don't know.
Reality? Yeah. There was this disease called people moving on.
Lyme disease. No, she had
Real
Lyme.
bad.
She had Lyme
She
disease.
caught it. It was fatal. So eventually I quit that job because I was like, I got to get out of the sales world, which I'd been in since I was 22, 21, really. I had been in sales. And then I left it when I was like 28. I just on and off, just mortgages and then copiers. I've always been in sales. And then the only job, I saw guys like on a tour bus and they were just yelling at tourists on a bus that was going through Times Square. And I was like, well, that guy can't have a boss. There can't be any background check to do that job. These tour guides in New York, they were lunatics, these people, you know. One woman, I swear to God, would just go on and talk about a knee operation. And the people in there were trying to learn about the Empire State Building. She would say, she would hear it. She'd go, I've had 9 operations on the same foot. People would tip her at the end. It was like, she was an animal, but people felt bad for her. So they fill the tip cup up at the end. So I was like, oh, these people are also in their own way con artists, degenerates, marginalized figures from society. You know, some of them thought they were historians. Some of them, they were all full of shit. You know, these guys, they barely knew anything. I was just like, I'll go up there and my whole goal was like, I'll make everybody laugh. So I would, pass a building and be like, what the fuck's going on in there? You know, I'm like, I was like,
What were you making doing that?
15 an hour. 15 an hour, but checks, so that's bad. 40-hour work weeks, I never left with a check over $350. Okay? But cash tips every day of either no money when I was lazy and didn't want to give the tour, and a Russian woman punched me in the stomach once because we were sitting on the thing. It was first of all the Russians are poor. They come in January, February. They have no fucking money. They're poor. They come the coldest time of the year, and you'd have to do a tour for one Russian couple. And the thing with Russians is they have beautiful blue eyes like huskies, but they have no souls. So when you see, because they have 100 years of atheism, so they have no soul. So there's not, so when you look in their face, you see there's nothing there. So I just sat on the bus, and this Russian woman said to me, she goes, "You give tour, you fat fuck." I said, "Listen to the automated tour." I said, "I'm not doing it today. You're the only people on the bus." She goes, I pay money, you give tour. You give tour. And I said, no, because I could put it on the automated when I was being lazy. And the automated would be like, and the automated was supposed to be hooked up with a GPS, but it was never where it should be. So we'd be by Central Park, and they'd be like, "You are seeing the 9/11 memorial." And everybody would look out like, "Where's 9/11?" They had no idea because the GPS. These companies don't care because these buses, there's no repeat business.
Right.
You just, you bang them. Bill Burr has a great thing where he talks about the guys who sell tickets to these buses. They're all Africans and Haitians, and they all have deep machete scars in their faces. They make $8 or $9 grand a month, and they send that all back to Africa. I think Burr, I haven't heard of it, but Burr, somebody told me that Burr either talks about it on a podcast or does a bit about it, but they're aggressive salesmen. They'll fight each other in the street. I did cocaine with a substitute, and that's all. That's as far as I got.
How old were you?
I was maybe 18, maybe like the year I graduated high school. We were doing coke with one of our substitutes.
And was he a homosexual or not?
No, it was a chick.
It was a woman.
Yeah, she was
Wow.
just...
Subs are the end, dude.
What class?
She was an English sub, so she was an idiot.
Yeah.
So she wasn't smart. She was just probably trying to go out and sniff some coke and, fuck her way into the lower middle class. She was fuck her way into a little Levitt house in Long Island. Good woman.
I don't know if those songs are gonna last.
This is what all old people say. You know what I'm saying? They're
Have
like,
you seen the
back
new
in the
video,
day, like Ed Sheeran's a
No,
fucking
yeah.
monster.
No, he is. That's true.
Literally, he's
It's
a
not that
monster.
there
He's
is-
a literal monster from...
No, he looks like he lives under a bridge.
This is what I love about this is, and you'll understand this because you've been in the business for a long time. Like Ed Sheeran's a guy that fucks everybody up who just goes, "Well, yeah, man, you just got to be hot. You just got to be hot and you'll succeed."
Yeah.
And then you see that bridge troll selling out arenas,
With
and
his
you're like,
eye?
"Oh, nothing means anything. Everything's chaos. I don't even know
Yeah,
what."
yeah. Well, he's
Like,
good. He's legitimately
He's good, but it's like it would make you feel better if you look like Shawn Mendes, so you could go, "Well, of course."
Yeah.
But then you look at this guy, you're like, "Oh, I guess anyone can succeed." Literally anyone. I mean, he looks like a Make-A-Wish kid who didn't die. And
When did you start doing comedy?
2010.
What made you get up?
What made me do it the first time?
Yeah.
I was in the mortgage business, and in 2009,
College educated?
no, dropped out of community college to do Percocet and sell subprime mortgages in Long Island, which I still believe is what I will return to. I believe stand-up is a sabbatical from my true calling, which is to work in a strip mall and have great lunches, serious lunches, and take Percocet and telemarket mortgages in the tri-state area. There was a lot of fun in that crack house.
I hear.
There were a lot of positive people. I mean genuinely positive.
I know you mean this, though.
Genuinely,
know you mean
genuinely grateful and positive people. Like, there were people there that if you gave them a cigarette would act like you paid for their college.
If I come to you right now, let's go back. You're a mortgage broker in Long Island. I meet you in a diner, which is you call your office.
The Imperial Diner in Freeport,
Yeah,
absolutely
yeah,
phenomenal.
yeah, you go-
We got to make it real.
Yeah.
So it's the Imperial Diner in Freeport on Merrick Road.
Yeah, you say meet me at the office, and I hear you hang up.
We'll spill hot coffee on you by mistake and look at you and go.
Yeah. And when you tell me to meet you at your office, I hear the clang of a payphone when you hang up.
Yeah.
And so I meet you at your office. I come in. I say, "Hey, how you doing? Nice to meet you, Mr. Dillon. Me and my wife just got married. I'm a comedian. I saved up about $80K. She wants to live. We're having a baby.
Here's
She
your
wants to
Mr.
live on the
Pappas.
island. You got.
Mr. Pop, I'm very glad.
Can I get a loan?
Not only can you get a loan, but let me tell you something.
Yeah.
How much of that $80K are you prepared to spend on the property?
I don't know, Mr. Dillon. I'm a pretty conservative guy. I saved every single dollar from my more recent shows.
How much are you prepared to spend?
Hold on, let me go into Maurice's brain.
No. Of that $80,000, how much would you like to spend? Are you willing to spend all of it?
I'm willing to spend. I'm willing to spend about 60 or 70 of it.
Mr. Pappas, guess how much of that 80 you're gonna have to spend?
How much?
Nothing.
What?
Nothing. You're not gonna spend anything because let me explain something to you. Sit down. The wife is lovely. Would you like a cup of coffee?
Yeah.
Here's the thing.
Yeah. Wait, can I
Mr.
get
Pappas.
Can I get pancakes while I'm here?
Yeah, you can get anything. The bricks and sticks of your house.
Yeah.
Appreciate. The frame, the land. They appreciate value. You know what your money does in your house for you, Mr. Pappas? It does absolutely nothing. You know what the wealthiest people do with real estate, Mr. Pappas? A lot of them finance it. Why? Because your mortgage is your only tax write-off. It is the only write-off. It is your only fucking weapon against the federal government. The larger the loan you take, the better it is for you financially. And you take that $80,000 and I'm not wrong, by the way, and you put, well, I'm a little, and you put it in tax-exempt securities like Roth IRAs. Mr. Pappas, you maximize the amount of tax-exempt retirement accounts that you put your money in with that $80,000. You make it work for you. You do not sink it into a house. Yes or yes? So the reality is this. We're taking the biggest loan possible. That, Mr. Pappas, will set you free. Now sign this piece of paper for Christ. And at that point, you and your wife are crying.
Yeah.
And then we sign papers and you go die.
But how do you get the loan from the bank? They're
Well,
giving them away.
back in the day, what are we doing? We're talking about now or back in the day?
No, back in the day.
Yeah, how
Back
did
in
you
the
do
day,
it?
I go to the bank. I said, Kelly, we got one. And Kelly, I said, Mr. Pappas and his wife Brittany's from Long Island. They want to go buy a piece of marble hunk of shit. And Kelly has got Coke running down her nose from last night. She's got a fucking double tall non-fat latte from Starbucks non-fat. She's not kidding anyone.
Ghosts at the Comedy Store. I'm currently watching the Ghost Adventures episode, and they're at the Comedy Store. So yeah, you guys ever had anything happen to you guys? But king or sing it. Gang, gang, ghost, ghost.
Go on. You guys go first.
I will say in terms of just creepy things at the
You feel
Comedy
it right
Store,
away.
I felt like a weird, like a banshee. You know what a banshee is?
Yeah.
It's like an Irish, like
No, you
I
don't,
felt like
Brendan.
a weird, like feminine energy that was very like chaotic and bad and dark and evil. That's coming
Whitney.
down
That
the
was Whitney.
stairs one day, and it was Whitney Cummings. So that's. So you got to be very careful. That's what I'm saying.